Hey folks, welcome to Hank's True Barbecue. In today's cook, we're cooking chicken thighs with the Vortex on the Big Green Egg. It's gonna be good. Now I wanted to do a hot and fast cook, and I realized I haven't done chicken in ages. It's good food, it's very cheap, you can cook it fast. Not only because it doesn't need tenderizing, but also you want to cook at high temps because we want to get that crispy skin. Also, I like buying chicken thighs, I realized, because, well, in Sweden where I live, chicken breasts are quite popular. You get that really lean meat, sometimes even without the skin, etc. But then I thought, well, the skin is good because 1/3 of all the fat in the chicken is located in the skin. Besides, who doesn't like crispy chicken skin? Also, I like the dark meat. It's good flavor, it's cheaper, and I mean, you can't go wrong with flavor. So that's why I picked chicken thighs. Also, they're smaller, they're more uniform in size, and by size I mean thickness. So they're gonna cook more evenly. So I thought this is a perfect opportunity to fire up not only the Big Green Egg, but also get the Vortex in. And this is kind of a test because I've done Vortex cooking on the Weber kettle. It works perfectly, but then the thing is you want to get really high temps, and sometimes I find the lid in the kettle, the only air outlet you have is a small vent, like really small vent. So I figured if we do that, do the same cook but on the Big Green Egg, where I can either open the top vent fully or remove it. The airflow through the whole smoker or grill should be just a bit better. Also, because I wanted to test it, because I haven't done the Vortex cook in my Big Green Egg, and I have a small one. Well, it's not small, it's a medium size, but that means that the Vortex just about fits in there. But I've tested it, placed it right in, and the grate's right on top, and it looks just like I should be able to place the chicken thighs all around the circle outside of the actual Vortex. So they get high heat but high indirect heat. So, you know, what the hey, let's just give it a try, see if, just for fun, if it works. It should be able to cook nicely. So that's what we're gonna do. I got the chicken thighs here. They are thawing as we speak. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 of them. Good. So while we're waiting for them to thaw, I'm gonna prep the grill. Also, we're gonna apply a good rub, but not only a rub. I wanna add some flavor post-cook by dropping these into a big old bowl and toss them with some good flavors. I'm gonna use tiger sauce, I'm gonna use some sesame oil sauce. That won't penetrate the meat, of course, but it's gonna add a nice touch when you taste the chicken thighs and bite through. So I think it'll be good, so stick around. So just a few words on the Vortex. The Vortex is a commercial product. Can't remember the origin of the name, but the whole point is that you gather charcoal in a pile in the middle, cone shaped. I have the Vortex right here, or actually this is what I call the Portex, because it's a poor man's Vortex. I bought this like a stainless steel bowl and simply cut the bottom off with a steel grinder, and Bob's your uncle. Works good enough for the few cooks I do with the Vortex. If you plan on cooking a lot of chicken, I recommend you get the real deal. Anyhow, so we're gonna pile the charcoal in here. As you can see, it's cone shaped, which means we're gonna direct air directly upwards. It's going to be almost like a jet beam hitting the chicken, or actually we're going to place the chicken around it, because if we're to cook it right here, we're going to burn it to a crisp, and that's just a bit too well done for me. But that's the whole point. So we're going to fit this one into the Big Green Egg, pile it up and light it up and just let it rip, basically. I'm not going to monitor temps on this one. Well, as for temps, when cooking chicken, I always recommend cooking at least 150 to 160 degrees Celsius, which is slightly above 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, because the chicken doesn't need tenderizing and you want to crisp up that skin. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see, it's been used a few times, which is good. It's going to be fun cook. I'm not going to add any wood for smoke flavor, because even if I would add a few chunks right on top, which you can do, should be a relatively quick cook, and the wood is going to burn at such a high temp, which means we're going to have such a clean burn, and also the air is going to be directed straight out through the grill, which means there's not much smoke flavor that's getting in touch with the chicken. All right, so time to Mix up a custom rub. I'm gonna get started with, well, we're gonna use some lemon pepper, we're gonna use ginger, cumin, etc. So it's gonna be a nice custom blend just for these chickens. First out, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. We're gonna add not just 1 but 2 teaspoons of lemon pepper. Just like that. I think it's a good combination of flavor for chicken, so it's kind of nice making a small batch like that because it stays super fresh, obviously. And we're gonna coat both sides, as always, get them good flavors on the surface. Now the chicken is cold and relatively moist, like most meat that's out the fridge or the freezer in this case, so the rub is gonna stick plenty well anyway. I'm not gonna use a binder. Before I forget, half a teaspoon of salt. Gotta have that to amplify flavor. I'll see if I can sprinkle on some evenly. Don't need to go that thick on these. We're gonna add some flavors later in that bowl I mentioned with the different sauces. And we're gonna flip them on the other side. Now, as for custom rubs, if you want to use a different rub, by all means go ahead. Chicken really loves flavor and you can try quite a few different combinations. Or if you want to use a hotter rub, add some cayenne or chipotle chili, whatever you prefer. As you can see, these are deboned also. It's going to be a real quick cook, but also quick eat. Perfect for a weekday lunch, I would say. All right, almost got these covered. I'm gonna leave these like they are. Don't need to put them in the fridge because they're going on to the grill in less than 1 hour. I'm trying to avoid too thick patches of the rub, but still get good coverage, so we'll see. Yeah, that should do it. All right, the grill is ready. Time to let these hit the grill. Looks like we're gonna be cooking out in the snow. I think the big green egg is ready for it. Now, if we do take a look inside, you can see I put the Vortex right in here. Fits quite nicely into this medium-sized big green egg. As you can see, it's getting quite high up, close to the grates also. So when I place the grates here, it's gonna be a hot air rising, and I'm gonna put the chicken thighs all around it, so it should be good. We'll see. Just in case I need to crisp them up just a bit more, I can move them in. But anyhow, let's get some charcoal into this. Now, as you can see, I did drop in some briquettes instead of charcoal. Well, normally I would always use charcoal in here, but the matter of the fact is I actually ran out, so that was the last bag. So I'm gonna do briquettes instead. On the other hand, this is going to be a quick cook, so I don't worry too much about the ashes from the briquettes clogging up the air holes. And since we want to get a hot fire, I'm going to light it in a few places. And of course I'm going to add some more briquettes on top of this, just when I get the fire going. So I'm just going to leave it like this, close the lid and walk away and come back 30 minutes later, and we should have a good fire running. And I'll also see if I need to add even more, because I want to get a good pile to get that really high heat. But we'll check back in a while. Okay, we have a nice fire going, as you can see. Plenty hot in here, so I'm going to drop in the chickens. Right, just like that. And we're going to leave it for 20 minutes. I'm guessing here, we'll see. I'm going to have to check a bit with the thermopen to make sure we cook them to temp. Ah, that's too hot. All right, chickens are on. Move that out just a bit. Right, let's just let the Vortex do its thing. So they've been on for 20 minutes, well actually 15, but it sounds like there's a good sizzle here, so I'm gonna flip them once. Yeah, it doesn't feel like they're ready quite yet, but I don't know, 10-15 minutes yet, and then we should be done. Oh, it smells good over here. Nice to see that fire action, all white ashed over. All right, short while, then we should be able to toss these in the bowl and add some more flavor. So another 15 minutes have passed, so it's time to check temps on these. Oh, they're looking good. 80, that's good. 70, just right. Oh, nice. That one was a bit cooler. I'm gonna move these in. Give them a quick sear and then we pull them. All right, I'm calling it. We're gonna bring this in and add some more flavor. Man, that looks good. All right, here's the chicken in the bowl. Time to add some flavors. In this case, I've got some tiger sauce, some sesame oil. I'm gonna mix that. I'm using a 2-to-1 ratio, but you can use whatever. If you want to get a bit of hotter sauce, drop in some more tiger sauce or any other hot chili sauce you prefer, but I'm using a 2-to-1. Got it pre-mixed here, so I'm just gonna pour this over and toss it a bit. I want a light coating, not to get all too oily. Still wanted to keep it fresh. This is gonna give it a nice Asian touch to the flavor, so I think it's gonna be a good combination. Now, as for serving, I'm just gonna put these on a plate like that. It's gonna look simple enough, but nice. Spread them out a bit. I'm gonna add some, just like we had sesame oil, I'm gonna add some sesame seeds. Sprinkle that on top. Just a bit more. And we're gonna add some fresh chopped parsley. Add some greens to it. Now that's looking nice. I think we're ready to dig in. All right, whole tray full of goodness. I'm gonna get me a good taste. This is good because it's real juicy, which is nice. We cooked it real hot and fast, as you could see. Good flavors. I really like the cinnamon. It's not like, it's there in the background, but it's a nice addition. Kind of hard to guess which flavor did you use, spice, but works well with chicken and the lemon pepper. And adding that Asian style flavor with the sesame oil and the tiger sauce is really nice. Good one. I suggest you try this out. As you can see, fast and nice cook. So that turned out all right. I like cooking with the Vortex. We managed to fit it into the big green egg. And I really like adding a second layer of flavors by using this bowl and adding some sauces. Of course, you can go with whatever flavor combinations you like. If you want to add a hot sauce, if you want to add more herbs to it, you can vary it endlessly. Do give that a try if you're a big fan of chicken and cooking with the Vortex. All right, I'm done. I'll see you guys in the next episode.